Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal will change your life forever. If you're listening to this message, it's not by accident. This is a moment that was always meant for you. The universe, fate, or perhaps something far greater, God Himself, has led you here. And from now on, everything you thought you knew about wealth, struggle, and your destiny will never be the same again. You see, the world has told you a lie that has kept you trapped. They told you that you must work endlessly, that you must suffer, that you must fight for every bit of success. But what if I told you it was never meant to be this way? What if I told you that wealth was never your duty to chase, but God's duty to provide? Let that sink in for a moment. Everything you've been through, the hardships, the disappointments, the battles, were not signs that you were destined to struggle. No, they were signs that you were being prepared for something greater, that you are not ordinary, that you were chosen. The ones who control this world do not want you to know this truth. They want you to remain in chains. They want you to believe that wealth is only for a select few, that prosperity is something you must earn through endless labor. But what if I told you that the moment you accept this truth, your life will begin to change? That from today onward, your struggles will start to fade, and an abundance unlike anything you have ever imagined will begin to flow into your life. If this message is reaching you, it means you were always meant to hear it. This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing. But before we go any deeper, I need you to do 3 things. Hit the like button right now, because when you do, you align yourself with divine favor. Subscribe, because this is only the beginning. And comment 777 below. This number is powerful. It is the number of divine completion, a signal that your struggles are ending, and your era of prosperity is beginning. Many people will hear this message and ignore it. They will go back to their old ways, still believing in the lie that struggle is their destiny. But not you. You are different. You were chosen. And in the next few minutes, I will show you exactly why your financial struggles are not your burden to bear, but God's responsibility to provide. Stay with me until the end, because once you hear what I'm about to reveal, your life will never be the same again. Chosen one. Tell me, have you ever felt like you don't belong? Like no matter how much you try to fit in, something inside you whispers that you are different, that your mind doesn't work like everyone else's? Have you ever looked around at the world and felt disconnected? You see the way people move, the way they chase after things, money, status, approval, yet none of it feels right to you. While others seem content with an ordinary life, you feel something deeper pulling at your soul. There's a reason for that. It's because you were never meant to be like them. While others are blindly following the system, you have always questioned it. You've always had an inner knowing that something about this world is not right. And that feeling you've carried your whole life, that weight, that loneliness, that struggle, it wasn't a mistake. It was never random. It was proof that you were different, proof that you are one of the chosen ones. But here's where they deceived you. They made you believe that being different was a curse, that your struggles were because you were weak, because you weren't good enough, because you weren't working hard enough. They told you that success, money, and abundance were things you had to earn, that if you suffered enough, if you worked hard enough, maybe, just maybe, you would finally deserve it. But that was the greatest lie of all. What if I told you that your struggles were never meant to be your burden? What if I told you that from the moment you were born, God had already prepared a path of wealth and abundance for you, and that the only reason you haven't stepped into it yet is because you were never told the truth? They made you believe that wealth is only for a select few, that only those who fight, who hustle, who sacrifice everything can ever attain it. But in reality, wealth was never meant to be earned. It was always meant to be inherited. Think about that for a moment. When a prince is born into a royal family, does he have to struggle to become rich? Does he have to work tirelessly, day and night, hoping to one day deserve the riches of his kingdom? No, because his wealth was already written. His inheritance was secured before he even took his first breath. And so was yours. But unlike that prince, you were never told who you truly are. You were born into a system that kept you blind, that hid your true inheritance from you. You were placed in an environment that made you believe you were just like everyone else, just another person struggling to survive in a world of scarcity. But let me ask you this. If God is the creator of all things, if he is the source of infinite abundance, then why would he ever want his chosen ones to live in lack? Why would he ever want you to suffer, to struggle, to beg for just enough to survive? The answer is simple. He does. God never designed wealth to be something you had to chase. It was always meant to chase you. But in order for that to happen, you must wake up. You must break free from the conditioning that has kept you small. You must stop believing the lie that you are meant to struggle. Because from this moment forward, you must understand one thing. It is not your duty to fight for wealth. It is God's duty to provide it for you. And the moment you accept this truth, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your mindset changes. The way you move through this world changes. Because you are no longer a beggar. You are no longer someone hoping for prosperity. You are someone who knows that wealth is your divine birthright. But I know what you're thinking. If this is true, then why have I struggled for so long? Why hasn't my life already changed? Because, chosen one, before God could bless you, he had to prepare you. Think about everything you have been through. The pain, the hardship, the rejection. You have faced things that most people could never endure. But do you know why? Because you were never meant for an ordinary life. Your path has been different, because your calling is different. A sword must go through fire before it is sharp enough to be used. A diamond must endure pressure before it becomes priceless. And you had to be refined before you could step into your true inheritance. But now, the time has come. The struggles you have endured were not meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you for the wealth, the success, and the divine prosperity that is already written for you. And from this moment forward, you are no longer walking toward wealth. Wealth is walking toward you. But before we go any deeper, I need you to confirm your awakening. If you feel this message resonating with you, if you feel the truth of these words activating something inside you, then type "I am chosen" in the comments below. This is not just a comment. This is a declaration. This is a confirmation that you are stepping into your divine inheritance. And now, we move forward. Because in the next part I will reveal something that has been kept hidden from you for centuries. A truth that will forever change the way you see wealth, prosperity, and your destiny. Are you ready? Stay with me, because what comes next will awaken something deep within you. Chosen one, there's something they don't want you to know. A truth so powerful, so life-changing, that if everyone understood it, this entire system, this entire world would collapse. And if you're still here, if you are still listening, then that means you are ready. You are ready to hear the secret that has been hidden from you since the moment you were born. You see, from the time you were a child, you were conditioned to believe in scarcity. They told you that money is hard to earn, that wealth is reserved for a select few, that if you wanted financial success, you had to sacrifice everything, your time, your happiness, your health, just to have enough. But that was the first great deception. Because what if I told you that wealth was never something you were meant to work for, that prosperity was never meant to be earned, but inherited? Think about it. When a king has a child, does that child have to struggle to become rich? Does he have to work tirelessly day and night just to deserve the riches of his kingdom? No, because his inheritance is already secured. His wealth is not something he fights for. It's something that belongs to him by birthright. And what they never told you is that you are no different. because you too were born into a divine kingdom. A kingdom not of this world, but one that is eternal, limitless, and overflowing with abundance. And just like the prince of a royal family, your wealth was always meant to come to you effortlessly. But why? Why then have you struggled for so long? Why have you worked and worked and worked, only while you feel stuck in the same cycle of lack? Because they have hidden your inheritance from you. The ones who control this world, those in power, those who have manipulated reality itself, they know this truth, and they know that the moment you wake up, the moment you realize who you are, their control over you is over. Because, chosen one, the biggest secret that they have kept from you is that God Himself has already written wealth into your destiny. The power of divine abundance. When God created the universe, He created it with abundance. There is no limit to the wealth in this world, no shortage of resources, no reason for anyone to live in lack. So tell me, if God's kingdom is one of infinite riches, if He is the source of all things, then why would He ever want His chosen ones, the ones He loves the most, to suffer? He wouldn't. But the reason you have struggled is because you were never taught how to receive. You were told to fight for money, to chase it, to beg for it. But wealth was never meant to be chased. Wealth is meant to be attracted. A river does not chase the ocean. The ocean calls it in. And in the same way, money is not something you are meant to run after. It is something that is meant to flow to you, because it is God's responsibility to provide for you. The moment you realize this, the moment you stop chasing, stop struggling, stop believing in scarcity, that is the moment everything changes. That is the moment wealth begins to move toward you instead of away from you. But before I reveal exactly how you can activate this divine wealth in your life, now, let's go even deeper. Because what I'm about to reveal next is the final piece of the puzzle. The reason why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle for a lifetime. And once you understand it, you will never see money the same way again. The final revelation: why some stay poor and others become rich. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have limitless wealth, while others work day and night and still have nothing? It's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's not even hard work. It's because the ones who understand the spiritual laws of wealth, the ones who know how to tap into divine provision, never chase money. Instead, they understand that wealth is energy, and the way you think, feel, and believe about money determines how it flows into your life. If you believe money is hard to get, it will always run from you. If you believe you must struggle for success, you will never see effortless wealth. But if you believe deeply, completely, with every cell in your body, that wealth is already yours, then the world will begin to bend in your favor. Closing the section, preparing for the next part. Your struggles were never your burden to carry. Your financial hardships were never a punishment. They were simply a test to see if you would awaken to your true nature. And now you are ready, because now you understand what most people never will. That money is not your responsibility. It is God, and from this moment forward, everything in your life is about to change. But we are not done yet, because in the next part, I am going to give you the exact steps to activate divine wealth in your life, to call it in effortless, to shift your energy so that money begins to flow to you like a river returning to the ocean. So stay with me, because what comes next will be the final key to unlocking your destiny. Chosen one, I need you to listen carefully. What I'm about to reveal is not for everyone. Most people will never hear this message, and even if they do, they won't accept it. They will reject it. They will continue to live in struggle, in scarcity, in fear, because the truth I am about to share is too powerful for the weak-minded. It is too dangerous for those who have been brainwashed by this system. And it will forever separate you from the masses who will never wake up. But you are different. You have already felt it. You have already sensed it. That pull inside you, that voice whispering that you are meant for something greater. This is your moment of awakening, because what I am about to tell you will change your life forever. Why most people will never escape financial struggle. Tell me, have you ever wondered why only a small percentage of people in this world hold all the wealth? Why some people seem to have unlimited money, unlimited success, while others fight every day just to survive? You've been told it's because of hard work, because of intelligence, because of talent. But that is another lie. The real reason why most people will never escape financial struggle is because they do not believe they are worthy of wealth. They are trapped inside a mindset of lack, a mindset of fear, a mindset that has been programmed into them from birth. How fear is used to keep you poor. Fear, it is the most powerful tool of control in this world. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of taking risks, fear of believing in something greater. The system needs you to be afraid, because if you were not afraid, you would be unstoppable. You would stop working yourself to death. You would stop accepting the life they have forced upon you. You would finally wake up and realize your true power. And that is what they fear the most. Because once you understand that you were never meant to struggle, once you realize that wealth is your divine inheritance, you become free. And a free mind is the most dangerous thing in the world. Are you ready to break free? Let me ask you something. If right now, in this very moment, you knew without a doubt that wealth was already yours, that success was already written for you, that everything you've been working for, struggling for, praying for, was already done, would you still feel fear? Or would you step forward into your destiny, knowing that nothing and no one could stop you? That is the shift you must make. Because right now there are two paths in front of you. One path leads to more of the same, more struggle, more waiting, more hoping. The other path leads to abundance, power, and divine provision. But here's the catch. Only one path is real. Because the moment you choose the path of abundance, the moment you accept that God Himself has already provided for you, the fear disappears. And once the fear is gone, they can no longer control you. So let me ask you, are you ready to break free? Are you ready to step into your divine inheritance? If your answer is yes, then I need you to type these words in the comments right now. I am ready to receive my inheritance. This is not just a comment, it is a declaration, a statement to the universe, to yourself, to God, that you are done living in lack, that you are ready to receive what has always been yours. Because the moment you claim it, the moment you align yourself with the frequency of divine wealth, the universe will begin to move in ways you have never seen before. Why wealth is chosen, not earned. Here is the final piece of the puzzle. Most people believe that money is something you must earn, that it is something you must fight for. But this is the greatest deception of all. Wealth is not earned. It is chosen. It is a frequency, an energy, a divine force that flows effortlessly to those who understand its power. The wealthy do not chase money. They attract it. They align themselves with it. They expect it. Because they know that their wealth is already written, and so is yours. But first, you must make a decision. You must decide that you are worthy. You must decide that you will no longer live in fear. You must decide that wealth is your divine right. And the moment you do, everything will change. The final warning. There is one last thing I must tell you. Not everyone will accept this message. Some will hear these words and ignore them. Some will stay trapped in their old ways, refusing to let go of the struggle. And some will reject this truth entirely, because it is easier to believe in scarcity than it is to believe in abundance. But those who choose to ignore this message, they will continue to suffer. They will continue to work, and work, and work, only to find themselves stuck in the same cycle. The choice is yours. You can reject this truth, or you can accept it and step into a life of limitless abundance. So I will ask you one final time, are you ready to receive what has always been yours? Are you ready to accept that it is not your duty to struggle, but God's duty to provide? If you are, then say it out loud right now. I receive my divine inheritance. Say it with conviction. Say it with certainty. Say it like you already know it's true. Because from this moment forward, you are no longer a seeker of wealth. You are a receiver of wealth. And your life will never be the same again. Chosen one, something has shifted inside you. You feel it, don't you? The weight of struggle, the burden of scarcity, it's starting to lift. Because now you understand something that most people never will. You were never meant to fight for survival. You were never meant to chase wealth like a beggar. You were never meant to live in lack, because wealth has always been your birthright. And from this moment forward, you are stepping into that truth, the shift that changes everything. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for something to change. They wait for a miracle. They wait for an opportunity. They wait for permission to finally live the life they desire. But what they don't realize is this: nothing changes until you change. The moment you stop believing in struggle, struggle stops existing for you. The moment you stop chasing money, money starts chasing you. The moment you stop waiting for blessings, blessings begin flowing to you effortlessly. This is the shift that separates the wealthy from the poor. Not work, not intelligence, not luck. It is belief. The wealthy expect wealth. They trust that abundance will always be there. They move through life knowing that everything they desire is already on its way to them. And this is the mindset that you must adopt right now. The divine law of receiving. Here's something they never taught you. There is a spiritual law that governs wealth. It is called the law of receiving, and it states, you can only receive what you believe you deserve. This is why so many people struggle to make money, because deep down they do not feel worthy of wealth. They were taught that money is evil, that wealth is for the lucky few, that abundance must be earned through endless suffering, and as long as they believe this, they will never receive what is already meant for them. But you now know the truth. You now understand that God does not bless the weak-hearted. He blesses those who trust Him completely. He blesses those who let go of fear and surrender to divine provision. And that is exactly what you are doing right now. The activation, how to unlock divine abundance. Now let's talk about the final step. How do you activate divine abundance in your life? How do you align yourself with wealth so that it flows to you effortlessly? There are 3 steps. Follow these steps and your financial reality will begin to shift almost immediately. Step 1. Remove all fear of lack. The first thing you must do is eliminate the energy of scarcity from your mind. Most people walk through life obsessed with what they don't have. They say things like, I don't have enough money. I can't afford that. I'm always broke. And what they don't realize is, their words are creating their reality. Because the moment you speak lack, the moment you think in terms of not enough, the universe has no choice but to make that true for you. But the chosen ones, they think differently. They never focus on what they lack. They only focus on what is already there. And that is how wealth begins to flow. So from today onward, eliminate every thought of scarcity from your mind. Instead, start saying money flows to me effortlessly. I am a magnet for abundance. Wealth is my divine birthright. The more you speak it, the more you believe it. And the more you believe it, the faster it becomes real. Step 2. Give without fear. This is the secret that almost every wealthy person follows. They give freely because they understand one powerful truth. The more you give, the more you receive. This is not just a spiritual belief, it is a law of the universe. Everything in this world operates on cycles of flow. The ocean does not hoard its water. The trees do not keep all their seeds. Nature is constantly giving and receiving in perfect balance. And so must you. When you give money without fear, You prove to God that you trust in His divine provision. And in return, He multiplies what you give and sends it back to you tenfold. So from now on, never give with hesitation, give with faith, because the more you release, the more you allow to return. Step 3. Expect miracles daily. Most people hope for miracles, the chosen ones. They expect miracles. They wake up each day, knowing that something amazing is about to happen. They carry themselves with confidence, with faith, with certainty, because they know God's blessings are not a matter of if, they are a matter of when. And because of this, their energy is different. They do not worry, they do not stress, they do not chase, they simply trust and receive, and the universe responds to their certainty by delivering exactly what they expect. So I ask you now, are you ready to expect miracles? Are you ready to trust in divine abundance? If you are, then type these words in the comments below. I am ready to receive. This is not just a comment. This is your activation. This is your moment of transformation. Because from this day forward, you are no longer a seeker of wealth. You are a receiver of divine riches, and your life will never be the same again. Closing, preparing for the next part. Your awakening has begun. You have broken free from the illusion of struggle. You have stepped into the energy of abundance. You have claimed your divine inheritance, and now everything will start shifting in your favor. But there is still one more thing you must know, because in part 6 I will reveal why God has chosen you to be wealthy and what your true purpose is once you step into your financial blessings. Because wealth is not just about money. It is about something far greater, and what I will reveal next will forever change the way you see success, purpose, and destiny. So stay with me, because the best is yet to come. Chosen one. Now that you understand the truth about wealth, now that you know it was never meant to be chased but received, you must also understand something even greater. Wealth is not just about you. It is not just about having money, success, or luxury. It is about your divine mission. Because if God has chosen you to receive abundance, then He has also chosen you for something much greater. And in the next few minutes, I will reveal exactly why you were chosen and what your wealth is truly meant for. But first, let me ask you a question. Why do some people never become wealthy? You've seen them. People who work day and night but never break free from struggle. People who dream of success but never achieve it. People who seem to always be on the edge of greatness but something always pulls them back. Why does this happen? Why are some people destined to struggle forever, while others attract wealth with almost no effort? The answer is deeper than you think, and it has nothing to do with intelligence, nothing to do with luck, nothing to do with hard work. It has to do with purpose, because wealth is not given to those who simply want it. It is entrusted to those who are meant to do something with it. The reason God chooses some to be wealthy. Listen carefully. God is not just handing out wealth to random people. He is choosing people, selecting them, placing abundance in the hands of those He trusts. And if you have been called to this message, if you feel something inside you shifting, then you are one of them. But what does this mean? It means that your wealth is not just for your own pleasure. It means that your money, your success, your power, they have a mission. They have a divine purpose. And the moment you step into wealth, you must also step into your greater calling. The truth about money and purpose. You were taught that money is just a tool, something to buy things, something to pay bills, something to collect. But here's what they never told you. Money is energy. Money is a force that flows. And the reason some people stay broke forever is because they only think about keeping money. They never think about flowing it. But the chosen ones, the ones who are truly wealthy, they understand that money is meant to be circulated, that the more you use it for purpose, the more it multiplies. Think about the wealthiest people in the world, The ones who have billions, even trillions of dollars, they do not keep their money locked away in fear. They use it. They invest it. They build things. They create opportunities. And because they allow money to flow through them, more and more wealth continues to come to them. And this is the secret that God is revealing to you now. Your wealth is not just for you. It is for what you are meant to create. It is for what you are meant to build. And the moment you start using your money with a higher purpose, you will never run out of it again. The 3 things you must do with your wealth. Now that you understand why God is placing wealth in your hands, you must also understand how to use it. Because if you use money in the right way, it will grow endlessly. If you use money for the wrong things, it will disappear as quickly as it can. Here are the 3 things you must do when wealth begins to flow into your life. Number 1. Multiply it. The first rule of divine wealth is never let money sit still. Because money that sits, dies. You must invest, create, and grow your wealth constantly. This means investing in skills, knowledge, and wisdom. Using money to create assets, not just expenses. Letting money work for you, instead of you working for money. Money flows to those who know how to multiply it, and the more you grow your wealth, the more God will trust you with even greater riches. Number 2, use it to elevate others. The second rule of divine wealth is never hoard money out of fear. The chosen ones do not just receive abundance, they spread it. This means helping others rise alongside you, creating opportunities for those in need, being a force of good in the world. Because here is the truth. The more you help others grow, the more you will grow. The more you uplift others, the higher you will rise. Because God does not bless selfishness. He blesses those who share abundance. Number 3, never fear losing money. The final and most important rule of divine wealth is this: never fear lack. The moment you fear losing money, you block the flow of abundance. Because wealth is energy. It is meant to flow. It is meant to move. And the moment you start clinging to it, hoarding it, fearing that it will run out, that is when it stops coming to you. The chosen ones never fear loss, because they know what they give returns multiply. What they release flows back to them in greater amounts. And because of this, they are forever rich. Closing, preparing for the final part. Chosen one. You now understand why God has chosen you for wealth. You now know that your money is not just for you. It is for a greater mission. And as long as you keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep it growing, you will never lack again. But there is one final thing you must understand before you fully step into your divine inheritance. Because in part I will reveal the ultimate key to unlimited wealth. Something that separates the truly abundant from the ones who lose everything. Something that will ensure your prosperity never runs out. So stay with me, because what I reveal next will change everything. This is it. You have made it to the final revelation. Everything you have learned in this journey has led to this very moment. You now know the truth. You now understand your divine inheritance. You now realize that wealth is not something you chase. It is something you receive. But there is one final secret that separates those who simply have money from those who have endless wealth. A secret that ensures your prosperity never runs out. A secret that only the truly awakened ones understand. And now, it is time for you to receive it. The secret of eternal wealth. You see, most people believe that once they get rich, their work is done. They think that once they receive their blessings, they can stop. But this is where they go wrong. Because the moment you become comfortable, the moment you stop growing, stop moving, stop expanding, that is the moment wealth begins to disappear. And this is the final truth that you must understand. Wealth is not a destination. It is a journey. It is a frequency that must be maintained. It is a divine energy that must keep flowing. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you begin to fall. The moment you stop expanding is the moment your wealth stops growing. Because wealth does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who keep moving. The 3 eternal laws of wealth. Now listen carefully. There are 3 final laws that you must follow if you want unlimited wealth to flow into your life forever. These are the laws that the richest, most powerful people in the world follow. The laws that keep wealth flowing effortlessly. And the laws that ensure you will never be broke again. Are you ready? Number 1, the law of expansion. Wealth must always be growing. Think of it like a tree. If a tree stops growing, it starts dying. If water stops moving, it becomes stagnant. And if money stops expanding, it begins to disappear. This is why the truly wealthy never stop seeking growth. They keep learning. They keep investing. They keep improving. Because the moment you stop expanding, the flow of wealth stops too. So remember this: money flows to those who keep growing. The more you expand, the more abundance flows to you. Number 2, the law of circulation. Wealth is not meant to be hoarded. It is meant to flow. Most people who become rich become afraid of losing their money. So they hold on to it. They refuse to invest. They stop giving. And in doing so, they block the flow of abundance. But the chosen ones, they understand that money is energy. And energy must move. This is why the wealthiest people in the world constantly reinvest their money. They do not let it sit still. They put it back into new opportunities, bigger projects, higher impact investments. And because they keep money circulating, more and more wealth continues to flow into their lives. So remember, if you want to stay rich forever, never let money stop moving. Number 3, the law of alignment. Wealth must always be connected to purpose. The moment you start using money for meaningless things, the moment you start living without intention, the moment you start living without intention, the moment you disconnect from your divine mission, that is when wealth begins to fade. Because money is meant to serve a higher purpose, and the universe rewards those who use their wealth with intention. The chosen ones do not just seek wealth for themselves. They use their wealth to build something meaningful, impact the world, fulfill their divine purpose. And because of this, their wealth never runs out, because God continues to provide for those who walk in alignment with their mission. The final test. Are you ready? Now that you understand the final laws of wealth, I have one last question for you. Are you ready to fully step into your divine inheritance? Because now the choice is yours. You can continue life as it was before, or you can step into the life you were always meant to live. A life of unlimited wealth, divine provision, fearless abundance. But first, you must make a decision. You must declare to the universe, to yourself, and to God that you are ready. So if you are truly ready to receive your inheritance, type these words in the comments below. I am chosen for wealth. This is not just a comment. It is an activation, a declaration that you are done with struggle, that you are stepping into divine riches, that you are fully aligned with abundance. Now take a deep breath, because something has shifted. Your mindset is different. Your energy is different. Your entire reality is about to change. From this moment forward, you will never look at wealth the same way again, because now you understand that it is not your duty to struggle. It is God's duty to provide, and that is the greatest wealth of all. The journey continues. This is just the beginning. There is still more to learn. There are greater secrets of wealth and abundance that have yet to be revealed. And if you are truly ready for more, then subscribe now, because what comes next will take your wealth and purpose to an even higher level. The next message will unlock the ultimate wealth frequency, and only the truly awakened ones will be ready to receive it. So stay with me, because the best is yet to come. If you're ready to receive your inheritance, type "I am chosen for wealth" in the comments now. Subscribe, because the next message will reveal even deeper secrets of abundance. Your time has come, and from this moment forward, wealth is no longer your burden. It is God's duty to provide.